Hey guys, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a new game from Brotherwise Games called Call to Adventure. Call to Adventure is a 1 to 4 player game where players are essentially kind of creating a character for an RPG. So they're doing that through, they're going to get 3 different cards. They're going to get an origin, a motivation, and a destiny. Destiny is in-game points. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get different kinds of traits and fight different kind of challenges to give you more special abilities, to collect some icons for in-game scoring, try to get special powers that's going to help you fight more challenges in the future. It's an interesting little game. I did a terrible job of describing it right there, so let's just go down to the table and see how it plays. All right, so here is Call to Adventure, all set up for a 2-player game. Let me talk through setup really quickly. First thing you're going to do is give each player a player board, which you can see right here. You're going to give each player 2 of each cards that have different kinds of backs like this. So this is the origin, this is the motivation, and this guy is your destiny. Destiny is basically your in-game points. It's going to stay face down. And then you're going to pick which one that you want. I didn't do that. I just randomly gave both player 1 just to get us started. Each player is going to take a marker for their corruption. It's going to go on the neutral space, which has nothing on it. And each player is going to get 3 experience tokens that are going to function kind of like money or something. And each player is going to get 1 hero card. Heroes are light backs. Anti-heroes are right there. They're the dark backs. And they're going to give you a power that you're going to be able to use during the game. All right. And you're going to set up each of these decks. You're going to have Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. You're going to flip 4 Act 1 cards face up. Act 2 and Act 3 are going to be face down. And you're also going to have this tray of extra runes. You can look at it right here. Let me take them out of this little bit of a glare. So each of the runes are going to have a side. So this is the blue rune. I'm not sure on the names. I know this one's charisma. Looks like that. And on the back it's going to have a slash. And you're going to have dark runes, which are going to dabble in corruption. And it's going to make you, if you flip that side, you're going to lose some corruption. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. On your turn, you're going to take either a trait, which looks like this. It's going to have icons at the top, and then it's going to have something at the bottom that you have to do or pay to get the card, or something that's going to do when it gives you the card. Or you're going to be able to do a challenge. So when you do a challenge, it's going to have a strength, a difficulty, which is right there 4. That means when you cast the runes, you got to get 4 successes or higher. You're going to be able to use these runes, strength and wisdom, to complete it. And you got to pick if you want to do the top or you want to do the bottom when you're completing this. Each is going to give you different icons and different powers, and these up here are story icons. You're trying to get those multiples of the same kind at the end of the game. If you can get 4 of the same kinds, worth 8 points. So the game is going to be played until each player, or one player, has 3 cards under each section of their board. So once I get 3 cards under my origin, my destiny, or my origin, my motivation, and my destiny, that's going to trigger the end of the game. Every other player gets 1 more turn. Once a player has 3 under their first card, so say I had 3 under my origin, I would then move on to Act 2 and I'd flip it. Other people could still be working on Act 1. That's fine. You just need to make sure that if somebody's on Act 3 and you're still on Act 1, you need to get moving, because you're only going to have 1 turn. You're going to lose out on a lot of points. So on your turn, you can take a trait, fight a challenge. You can also play a card based on where you are in corruption. So at the beginning, we can play either anti-hero or heroes. You can see it has the little card symbol. Let me show you on this board. It has the card symbol with the black arrow down and the white Celtic knot up. That means we can play and draw either kind of card. You can pay an experience to get rid of a card in any of the acts and get a new one. Or you can, what's the other thing you can do? Use abilities that are on your cards. That's enough talking about the game. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so first thing, this player's going to go first. First thing that I want to do is I am going to do a challenge. And I would like to, since I have wisdom that I have a rune that I can cast for, I want to go ahead and try this one. So when you get to cast runes, you always get to cast the 3 generic runes, which are white and black. They have a success and a fail on 2 of them, and they have a success and a draw card on the 3rd one. So you always get to cast those. And then you get to cast runes for every other symbol that you have that matches this one. So you can see I need strength and wisdom on this one. As long as I have strength and wisdom, for every symbol that I have in my story, I can cast. Let me see what my hero card does. It doesn't help me. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and fight it. So I have 1 wisdom, so I'll get 1 wisdom out of here. If you cast the rune side with the actual wisdom symbol, it's worth 2 successes. But the back is just with 1. So every time you can use one of these runes, they're better than these runes. So I'm going to go ahead and cast. I need a 4 or higher to win. So I got 2, 3, 4. I cast 4. So I did defeat it. And then I also got this one. That means I can draw a hero or an anti-hero card depending on where I am here. I'm on both. So I'm going to go ahead and take a hero. I'm going to try to keep rolling in the positive direction. Put this green one back, and I get to take this. And I forgot to say which one I was fighting, but I'm going to say I was fighting the top. Before you fight, you're supposed to decide if you're doing the bottom or the top. Sometimes it matters. So I'm going to do the top. I take it and I tuck it under my origin card. And then I now have 2 wisdoms. Next time I need to fight something that's a wisdom. Then I flip a new card. Then it's this player's turn. So what do they want to do? They have... man, I forget the names. But they have the 2 icons. And that's it. Okay, so they want to just get some traits. They're going to start getting some points. So they're going to take this one. A foundling. It's going to give them a hero card up in the top and 3 points at the end of the game. And when you gain this, you're going to do the ability. So they get to gain positive on the corruption. So they're going to go right there. And now they have 3 points at the end of the game. Flip a new card. Alright, I really like fighting stuff, but I can't right now. I'm going to take an orphan. So I'm going to take this orphan card. It's going to be worth 2 points at the end of the game, and it's going to give me an anti-hero. And when I gain it, I gain corruption and 2 experience. So this is going to go under my board. I gain a corruption, and I get 2 experience. So now I have 5 experience. Alright. That's that player's turn. Back to this player. They want to fight something. Can they fight anything? Ooh, an ally came out. Alright. When an ally comes out, which I should have done last time, this is going to go under a challenge of the player's choice. If the challenge is defeated, that person gets the ally and they get that special power. But the ally is also going to make it 1 harder. So they're going to put it under this one. The Mentor's Harnessing Dark Power. Alright, so it's my turn. I can't do that because I don't have any of those symbols. I'm just going to take Secret Royalty. And I'm going to discard a hero card. Because when I take this card, I have to discard a hero card or spend an experience. I'll just spend an experience. I have 5. So then I take this. It goes under my origin. Now I'm on my way to Act 2 next round. And then we'll show you what that does. Alright, so it's this player's turn. Oh wait, that was the wrong person. Whoops. I was playing for the other player. I forgot. This player took this. So they got that. And they paid this. And I get 1 back. Remember what I'm doing. Alright. So now it's this player's turn again. I want to fight something. I'm going to go ahead and do this challenge. And I'm going to do the top because I'd like to get some dexterity icons. So I need 3. I can roll any dexterity and wisdom. I only have wisdom and charisma. So I'm just going to take the 3 generic runes. And I get to take 2 wisdom. And then I can pay 1 for a dark rune if I want to, but I'm not going to because I only need 3. I think I do it. I'm going after the top, so I'm going to escape my pursuers. So I got 3 successes, so I beat it. So this goes under my card. And I also cast this, so I get to take a hero card of my choice. I can take either, so I'm going to go take another hero. And done. Alright, so these go back away. Flip a new one. Alright. So this player, their turn. Let's see what their hero card is. It's going to let them add wisdom or charisma runes. Okay. They actually want to fight something. What do they have? They have charisma. Okay. Yeah, they're going to try to do this one. And they're going to go after the top because they have 1 crown. They'd like to get another crown. So they're going to do this. So they're going to roll a 3. What's this one let them do? They're going to use this card. It's going to give them an extra charisma when casting. So they have 1. Now they're going to get 2. And then whenever you play a card, it's worth 1 point at the end of the game. You can see it up here. So you can just put that face up so you know that you played it. And it's worth a point at the end of the game. So I'm going to cast my 3 generic runes and my 2 charisma runes. I want to see what happens. I need to get 4 or higher. I got 2 because this is worth 2. 3, 4, 5. So I beat it. So I'm getting the top. This goes here. Now they're on Act 2. I didn't roll anything special. I guess it's not rolling, it's casting, which I gotta remember to say, but that's fine. That's that. All right, so now I have 3 under my card. Now we're going to reveal Act 2. Oh, upside down. Nope, no, it's not. All right. And now, when you're picking cards, we're going to put them under our motivation, but you can pick from Act 2 or Act 1. And as you get to Act 3, then you can start picking through any of them, but they have to go under your Act 3. So this is where I'm going to stop. Let me go over in-game scoring a little bit. So when you score for in-game, there's a nice little pad that I forgot to bring in. You're going to score your light points. So based on wherever this marker is, so this, if the game was ending right now, this player would get 4 light points plus 3 for that card, so they have 7 light points. You're going to score your dark points. So I would have 2, 4, and they would have 2. You're going to get 1 point for every one of your experience, which looks these little things. You're going to get a point for each card that you play. You're going to get points for your destiny. So let me show you what the destiny kind of looks like. So this is saying at the end of the game, I gain 1 point for each charisma, or each of these symbols that I have, and 1 point for each dark points in my story. So I'm trying to guide, when I'm getting icons from going out on adventures here, I want to get these icons and I want to do a bunch of quests or take traits that are going to give me the dark square points, because that's how I'm going to score extra points. So you're going to add up these points plus all of your story icons. So let me show you. So for every story icon, which are these little guys right here, if I have 2 or more, they're going to be worth points. 2 is worth 2, 3 is worth 4, 4 is worth 8. And if you have more than 4, then you just get 8. And then you're going to add up all the points. Whoever has the most points is the winner. And that's how you play Call to Adventure. Let's go up top, see what we think about it. All right, so that was Call to Adventure. I gotta admit, I'm not a huge RPG guy. So when I got this game, I thought, oh man, I gotta make this character and tell this story, and I'm gonna hate that. But actually, there's some game to it. So I like that you have to choose if you want to take a trait or if you want to do a challenge. I think challenges are more fun because you get to cast some runes, and that's always fun. Speaking of runes, before I go any further, I think these things are incredible. So here's a dark rune. It has 1 success. It always has a success. And it has the other side, which is the corruption. I just think these are neat little pieces. Here's some wisdom. These are really nice. They're kind of like, they look like trident gum. But it's nice to throw these because it's not like rolling dice. You're just throwing them and seeing what happens because they're only 2-sided. But I enjoy that. So just wanted to show those off a little bit. So you're going to cast runes. You're trying to make sure you can meet or exceed the difficulty of the challenge. Sometimes there's going to be an ally that comes out. It may get behind that challenge to give you a little more motivation to go fight it, but it's going to make it harder. Because if you can defeat it, the ally comes and joins your side, gives you some special bonuses and some points. The thing that I didn't like as much is the game is over right when I'm getting started. Like, I am having fun, having a good time collecting these cards, and then the game's over. Because you're only getting 3 cards under each section of your board. So the game just flies by and it's over really quickly. But that being said, if you're an RPG fan and you like set collection, you like rolling dice for combat, that's essentially what Casting the Runes does. It functions like that, where you're trying to roll certain die phases to get the result that you want. If you're a fan of that and you like RPGs, you like making characters, I definitely recommend checking this out. It's easy to teach, it's easy to play. I've played a couple 2-player games. We banged it out in about 30 minutes. It says 30 to 60 on the box, and 60's probably if you're playing 4 players, just because everybody's got to take their turn and read some cards and stuff. But at 2 players, it's super quick. Another thing that I didn't show in the run through, you can play this solo or co-op. There's like this adversary deck that's going to kind of function like an AI. It's going to come out and like smack you around, and you got to try to defeat it. If they get a certain amount of gems, then they win. I haven't played it, but it's nice that it's in there. If I want to play it solo, I can, and I like that. So this is called Adventure from Brotherwise Games. I hope you enjoyed the review, and keep gaming.